Like every streaming service, Prime Video has put out some unforgettable original TV shows, and while some have grown on us, these series were perfect from the start. There are some shows you never would know are masterpieces until a few episodes or seasons in, but these projects have a clear voice and sense of self that wastes no time in drawing the viewer into the story's world. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, 2017 to 2023. Midge Wedding Maisel. Created by the minds behind Gilmore Girls, Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has the same lightning-fast dialogue and warm atmosphere that audiences have come to expect from the writer-creators. Rachel Brosnahan might be skyrocketing to fame for her portrayal of Lois Lane in Superman, but her turn as Midge Maisel was a star-making performance. Funny and ambitious, Midge is an easy protagonist to root for, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel uses its pilot and opening sequence perfectly, letting us know exactly how Midge works. It's clear that this character is destined for greatness, and watching her find her way there is what makes watching the show so satisfying from beginning to end. The Boys, 2019-present. Huey, Jack Quaid, with blood on his face in The Boys opening scene. One of the most graphic and searingly dark TV shows to come out in the past decade, The Boys quickly became a phenomenon for Prime Video, and it's easy to see why. Though Carl Urban's Billy Butcher has become a fan-favorite character, it was Jack Quaid's Huey Campbell who initially drew us into the story, as Huey slowly uncovered the corruption of the world's superheroes. Successfully subverting the tropes and expectations attached to superheroes and their inherent goodness, The Boys tells the audience just how cynical and gory the series will be from the first few moments of the show. Watching The Boys grow in scope and scale as the series progressed has been thrilling, but The Boys Season 1 is what set the tone for the series' incredible run. Overcompensating, 2025-present. Benito Skinner and Wally Barham in Overcompensating. Smart, charming, funny, and a little bit sad, Overcompensating effectively fills the niche of young adult TV shows that tackle the strange transitional period of college. It's a difficult phase of life to get right, but Benito Skinner, the creator and star of the series, nails the insecurity, hope, and desperation to find yourself that are the rites of passage during this period. Recently renewed for Season 2 by Prime Video, it will be interesting to see where the characters in Overcompensating go after the blowout events of the Season 1 finale, via Deadline. However, we know that we'll be willing to follow them anywhere, as Benny, Skinner, and Carmen, Wally Barham, captured our hearts from their first awkward moments on screen. Swarm, 2023. Dominique Fishback as Andrea Dre Green in Swarm Episode 1. Dominique Fishback leads the cast of Swarm as Dre, the protagonist of the series who embarks on a darkly comic odyssey of obsession and how it affects fans and idols. When the audience first meets Dre in Episode 1, Stung, it's easy to connect with her and see ourselves in the character, as celebrity worship as a form of escapism is a familiar part of modern life. Without Fishback anchoring the story and handling both the drama and comedy of the series with ease, Swarm wouldn't work. Her skill as a performer comes through, allowing the writing to shine as well. Swarm is a perfect miniseries on Prime Video, though we could have kept watching Fishback as Dre for many additional seasons. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2024-present. Maya Erskine and Donald Glover in Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 1. Image via Amazon Prime Video. Donald Glover and Maya Erskine lead the first season of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which turns the thriller and romance genres on their head from the beginning. Following their characters, known as John and Jane, on their missions after being paired by a mysterious spy agency, Mr. and Mrs. Smith examines falling in and out of love amidst these high-stakes, violent situations. Part of the reason Mr. and Mrs. Smith works is because of the chemistry between Glover and Erskine, but in the opening sequences of the show, the audience is introduced to a different John and Jane. However, thanks to the intensity of the first scene, the audience can buckle into the rest of the story, knowing what fate might await our heroes. The Legend of Vox Machina, 2022-present. Keyleth, Pike, Grog, Silas, Percy, Vax, and Vex standing together in The Legend of Vox Machina. Image credit, copyright symbol Amazon, a courtesy Everett Collection. It's easy to see why the web series' critical role was tapped by Prime to be adapted into a full TV project, as The Legend of Vox Machina has been making waves since its premiere. While fans of Dungeons & Dragons won't struggle to connect with the show, as it adapts the campaigns played in the original series, anyone who enjoys fantasy will adore Vox Machina. As one of the best fantasy shows on Prime, The Legend of Vox Machina has skillfully avoided many of the pitfalls that series of the genre face from the very beginning. The strong IP that the show draws from has helped it appeal to a wide variety of audiences, but it's the way the players craft the characters and world that instantly sets the show apart. Invincible, 2021-present. Invincible Season 3 EP 7-4. Image via Prime Video. Based on the comic book series by Robert Kirkman, Ryan Ottley, and Cory Walker, Invincible is one of the best additions to the superhero genre we've seen in the 2020s. Prime took on the daunting challenge of adapting the stories for the screen, but luckily for the streamer, the cohesive aesthetic and brilliantly designed fight sequences look gorgeous in animation. Standing out thanks to its gory violence, sharp humor, and the tragic story of Mark Grayson, who has to grapple with much more than his superpowers, Invincible has only gotten better with each season. In just the first few moments of the show, the audience gets a clear sense of the rules of the world, the characters, and the fact that not everything is as it seems.